Using English in quiet moments, let us begin slowly. There is no rush. You do not need energy right now. You do not need excitement. You only need a quiet moment. Quiet moments are powerful for learning English. Most people think learning needs noise. They think learning needs effort. But calm learning works deeper. Now listen to this sentence carefully. Quiet moments are the best time to learn English. This sentence teaches a simple idea. When your mind is quiet, your brain is open. Busy minds miss learning. Calm minds absorb learning. Think about your day. You have many quiet moments. You wake up in the morning. You wait for something. You walk alone. You sit silently. These moments feel empty. They are not empty. They are full of learning opportunity. Now listen carefully. English can live in small moments. You do not need study time. You need awareness. Awareness means noticing what you are doing. For example, you wake up. You can think, I am awake. This is English. Simple, calm, real. Now learn this idea. Simple thoughts in English are enough. You do not need long sentences. One clear thought is powerful. When you brush your teeth, you can think, brushing my teeth. This is not a test. This is thinking. Thinking builds language. Now listen to this sentence. Thinking without pressure creates habit. Habit is important. Habit means something you do naturally. English should become natural, not forced. Now let us talk about waiting. Waiting is a quiet moment. You wait for a bus. You wait in a line. You wait for someone. Usually, you feel bored. Boredom is useful. Boredom creates space. Now listen carefully. Bored moments are learning moments. When you wait, you can think simple English. I am waiting. It is quiet. I am calm. These thoughts are enough. Now learn this habit. I describe the moment I am in. Description connects English to life. Life makes English real. Now let us talk about walking. Walking is a calm activity. Your body moves. Your mind relaxes. This is a good time for English. You can think slowly. I am walking. The road is long. The weather is warm. These are simple thoughts. They do not need grammar study. They need attention. Now listen to this idea. English grows when it feels natural. Now let us talk about silence. Silence is not empty. Silence gives your brain space. In silence, English can enter gently. You can repeat a calm sentence in your mind. For example, I am learning slowly. Repeat it once. Then stop. This is enough. Now learn this rule. One sentence is enough for one moment. Do not overload your mind. Light learning stays longer. Now let us talk about emotions. Quiet moments often bring feelings. You may feel tired. You may feel relaxed. You may feel thoughtful. Feelings are great for language. When you feel tired, think, I feel tired. When you feel calm, think, I feel calm. These sentences connect English to emotion. Now listen carefully. Emotion makes language memorable. Your brain remembers feelings. Now let us talk about mornings. Morning is a quiet time. Your mind is fresh. You do not need news. You do not need noise. You can start with one English thought. For example, it is a new day. This sentence is powerful. It connects English to life. Now learn this habit. I start my day with one English thought. Just one. That is enough. Now let us talk about nights. Night is also quiet. Your day slows down. You can review your day simply. I worked today. I am tired now. I will rest. These are simple reflections. Reflection means thinking back. Now listen to this idea. Simple reflection builds calm English. Now let us talk about phones. Phones take attention. But you can use phones calmly. Instead of scrolling fast, pause. Think one English sentence. I am reading. I am listening. This changes habit. Now learn this sentence. I use English instead of rushing. Now let us talk about fear again. Some people think, if I do not study seriously, I will not improve. That is not true. Improvement happens quietly. Now listen carefully. Consistency matters more than intensity. Intensity means strong effort. Consistency means small daily effort. Small daily effort wins. Now let us talk about self-kindness. Be kind to yourself. If you forget English for a day, do not blame yourself. Blame blocks learning. Here is a calming sentence. I return gently, without guilt. Now let us connect everything. Quiet moments. Simple thoughts. Real life. This is how English becomes part of you. Not separate. Not stressful. Now listen to this important truth. English does not need special time. It needs awareness. Now let us prepare for the next segment. In the next segment, we will learn how to use English for daily actions. Eating, working, resting, all in simple English. For now, pause. Look around. Notice one thing. Name it in English. That is learning. You are already doing it. In the last segment, you learned something important. English can live in quiet moments. You learned that small thoughts are enough. You learned that daily life is your classroom. Now we move forward slowly. Today, we learn how to use English for daily actions. Daily actions are things you do every day. You do them without thinking. That is why they are perfect for learning. Now listen carefully. Daily actions create natural English. You do not need new situations. You already have everything you need. Let us begin with the morning. Morning is the start of action. You wake up. You can think, I wake up. This is simple. This is real. Now learn this habit. I describe what I do. Description connects action and language. Now you get out of bed. You can think, I get up. You go to the bathroom. You can think, I go to the bathroom. These are actions. Action words are called verbs. You do not need to remember the name. You only need to use them. Now listen carefully. Using verbs daily builds fluency. Now let us talk about washing. You wash your face. You brush your teeth. You can think, I wash my face. I brush my teeth. These sentences are calm. They are easy. Now learn this rule. Simple present is enough for daily life. Simple present means now and every day. Now let us talk about eating. Eating is a daily action. When you eat, you can think, I eat breakfast. I eat slowly. You can also think about taste. It tastes good. It is hot. These are simple ideas. Now listen to this truth. Food moments are good English moments. Now let us talk about work or study. You work. You study. You do tasks. You can think, I work now. I study today. I focus. Focus means attention. Now learn this sentence. I say what I am doing now. This keeps English in the present moment. Now let us talk about moving. You walk. You sit. You stand. You can think. I am walking. I am sitting. I am standing. These thoughts are useful. They describe body movement. Now listen carefully. Body movement helps language memory. Now let us talk about breaks. You rest. You stop working. You can think, I take a break. I rest now. Rest is important. Learning also needs rest. Now learn this sentence. Rest is part of learning. Now let us talk about afternoon actions. You may feel tired. You can think, I feel tired. You may feel busy. You can think, I am busy. These sentences describe state. State means how you feel. Now listen to this idea. Describing feelings builds real English. Now let us talk about small decisions. You choose something. You can think, I choose this. I decide now. Decision words are useful. Now learn this habit. I use English for small choices. Now let us talk about mistakes again. Sometimes you forget to think in English. That is normal. Do not judge yourself. Judging stops habit. Here is a calming sentence. I return to English gently. Now let us talk about evening actions. Evening is slower. You finish work. You can think, I finish work. I am done. Done means finished. This is useful language. Now learn this sentence. Ending actions give clear English. Now let us talk about home. You go home. You relax. You can think, I am home. I relax. A home language feels safe. Safety helps learning. Now listen carefully. Safe moments grow confidence. Now let us talk about night. Night is quiet. You prepare to sleep. You can think, I prepare to sleep. I feel sleepy. The sleepy means ready to sleep. Now learn this habit. I end my day with English. One sentence is enough. Now let us talk about repetition again. Daily actions repeat every day. That is good. You can use the same English again and again. Repetition builds memory. Now listen to this truth. Same actions create strong habits. Now let us talk about speed. You do not need to think fast. Slow thinking is fine. Here is a sentence to remember. Slow English is real English. Now let us connect this segment to the future. Daily actions create sentence patterns. Patterns make speaking easier. You are building patterns now. Now listen carefully. Daily English prepares natural speaking. You are not forcing. You are living English. That is the goal. Now let us close this segment calmly. Today, you learned how to use English for daily actions. You learned that simple verbs are enough. You learned that daily life teaches English naturally. This is strong progress. In the next segment, we will learn how to talk about feelings slowly and clearly. Not dramatic, not complex, just honest. For now, pause. Notice one action. Say it in English. That is learning. In the last segment, you learned how to use English for daily actions. You learned that simple verbs are enough. You learned that daily life creates natural English. Now we move one step deeper. Today, we talk about feelings. Feelings are always with you. You feel something every day. That is why feelings are powerful for learning English. Now listen carefully. Feelings give language meaning. When language has meaning, your brain remembers it better. Many learners avoid talking about feelings. They think it is difficult. It is not. We will go slowly. First, let us learn one important rule. You do not need many words to express a feeling. One word is enough. For example, tired, happy, calm. These are feelings. Now learn this habit. I name my feeling. Naming helps awareness. Awareness helps control. Now let us start with tired. Tired is a common feeling. You feel tired after work. You feel tired at night. You can think, I am tired. This sentence is simple. This sentence is useful. Now listen to this truth. Simple feeling sentences are strong. Now let us talk about calm. Calm means relaxed. When you are calm, learning is easier. You can think, I feel calm. This sentence connects English and peace. Now learn this idea. Calm feelings support learning. Now let us talk about happy. Happy means feeling good. Happiness can be small. You do not need big happiness. You can think, I feel good. I am happy. These sentences are easy. Now listen carefully. Small happiness is enough. Now let us talk about nervous. Nervous is also common. You may feel nervous before speaking. You may feel nervous in new places. You can think, I feel nervous. This sentence is honest. Honesty helps learning. Now learn this sentence. It is okay to feel nervous. English should express real life. Now let us talk about sad. Sad is a quiet feeling. You may feel sad sometimes. You can think, I feel sad. No explanation is needed. This is enough. Now listen carefully. Language does not judge feelings. English only expresses. Now let us slow down again. Feelings change during the day. You do not feel one thing all day. That is normal. Now learn this idea. Feelings change, and language changes too. Now let us add a small detail. We can add little or very. For example, I feel a little tired. I feel very calm. These words show level. Level means how strong something is. Now learn this habit. I describe how strong my feeling is. This makes language more real. Now let us talk about mixed feelings. Sometimes you feel two things. For example, I feel tired, but calm. This is a connected feeling. Now listen carefully. Mixed feelings are normal. Language can hold more than one feeling. Now let us talk about time again. Feelings have time. You can think, I feel tired now. I felt happy today. Now learn this idea. Time words help express feelings. Do not worry about grammar names. Just feel the meaning. Now let us talk about body and feelings. Body and feelings are connected. When your body is tired, your feeling is tired. You can notice your body. I feel heavy. I feel relaxed. These are body feelings. Now listen carefully. Body awareness improves English thinking. Now let us talk about quiet expression. You do not need to speak loudly about feelings. You can think them. You can say them softly. This builds confidence. Now learn this sentence. Quiet expression is safe expression. Now let us talk about repetition again. You feel similar feelings every day. That is good. You can use the same sentences again. Repetition makes them natural. Now listen to this truth. Repeating feeling words builds comfort. Now let us talk about negative feelings. Negative feelings are part of life. Stress, fear, worry. You can think, I feel stressed. I feel worried. These sentences release emotion. Release means letting go. Now learn this idea. Expressing feelings reduces pressure. Now let us talk about kindness again. Be kind to your feelings. Do not hide them. Language helps you understand yourself. Now listen carefully. English can help you understand yourself. This is powerful. Now let us connect feelings with daily actions. When you eat, you may feel relaxed. I eat and feel calm. When you work, you may feel busy. I work and feel busy. These sentences connect life and feeling. Now learn this habit. I connect actions and feelings. This creates natural sentences. Now let us prepare for the next segment. Talking about feelings prepares conversation. Conversation is sharing feelings and ideas. You are getting ready. Now listen to this reminder. Simple feelings lead to real conversation. Now let us close this segment gently. Today, you learned how to talk about feelings slowly. You learned that one word can be enough. You learned that honest feelings create real English. This is deep learning. In the next segment, we will learn how to use simple English in common situations. Shopping, travel, talking to people, all slow, all calm. For now, pause. Notice how you feel. Say it in English. That is learning. In the last segment, you learned how to talk about feelings slowly. You learned that one word can be enough. You learned that honest feelings create real English. Now we move to everyday life with people. Today, we learn how to use simple English in common situations. Common situations happen often. You meet people. You buy things. You ask for help. These moments are normal. They do not need perfect English. Now listen carefully. Simple English works best in real life. Complex words are not needed. Clarity is needed. Now let us start with greetings. Greeting is the first moment of communication. You do not need many words. You can say, hello, huh, good morning. These words are enough. Now learn this idea. A calm greeting creates comfort. Comfort helps communication. Now let us talk about buying something. You go to a shop. You want something? I want this. This one, please. This is clear. You do not need long sentences. Now listen carefully. Pointing and simple words work together. Language and body help each other. Now let us talk about asking price. Price is important. You can ask, how much is this? This sentence is very useful. Learn it slowly. Repeat it in your mind. Now learn this habit. I use ready sentences for common needs. Ready sentences save energy. Now let us talk about not understanding. Sometimes you do not understand. That is okay. You can say, I do not understand. Please repeat. These sentences protect you. Now listen to this truth. Asking for help is strong English. It shows confidence. Now let us talk about directions. You may need to find a place. You can ask, where is the bathroom? Where is the bus stop? These are simple. Now learn this idea. Where? Questions are powerful. They help you move. Now let us talk about travel. You may travel by bus or train. You can say, one ticket, please. Here or there. Short phrases are enough. Now listen carefully. Travel English is short English. Now let us talk about phone calls. Phone calls can feel scary. You cannot see the person. You can keep it simple. You can say, hello, this is me. I am calling about. Do not worry about accent. Clarity is more important. Now learn this sentence. Slow voice helps phone English. Now let us talk about work or office situations. You can say, I will do it. I am working on it. I need help. These sentences are useful. Now listen carefully. Honest, simple sentences build trust. Trust helps communication. Now let us talk about meeting people. You meet someone new. You can say, My name is. Nice to meet you. This is enough. You do not need stories. Now learn this idea. Short introductions are polite. Now let us talk about saying no. Saying no is important. You can say, "Sorry, I cannot." Not now. These are polite and clear. Now listen carefully. Simple no is respectful. Now let us talk about time. You may ask about time. You can say, "What time is it? Now or later?" These questions are simple. Now learn this habit. Time words help planning. Now let us talk about mistakes again. You may say something wrong. That is okay. People usually understand. Here is a calming sentence. Real-life English allows mistakes. Communication is flexible. Now let us talk about body language again. Smile, eye contact, calm posture. These help English. Now listen carefully. Body language supports simple English. Now let us connect feelings with situations. You may feel nervous. You can say, "I am nervous," or think it silently. You may feel confused. You can say, "I am confused." This helps others help you. Now learn this idea. Sharing feelings helps situations. Now let us talk about listening. In common situations, listening is very important. You do not need to answer fast. Pause. Then speak. Now learn this sentence. Pause makes response clearer. Now let us prepare for the next segment. You now know how to survive daily situations. Survive means manage. You do not need perfect English. You need usable English. Now listen to this important truth. Usable English is successful English. Now let us close this segment calmly. Today, you learned simple English for common situations. You learned that short phrases are powerful. You learned that real life is forgiving. This is practical progress. In the next segment, we will learn how to listen to real English without panic, understanding calmly, not catching every word. For now, pause. Think of one situation. Say one simple English sentence. That is learning. In the last segment, you learned how to use simple English in common situations. You learned that short phrases are powerful. You learned that real life is forgiving. Now we move to a very important skill. Today, we learn how to listen to real English without panic. Many learners panic when they hear real English. The speed feels fast. The words feel many. This panic blocks understanding. So today, we remove panic. First, listen to this sentence carefully. You do not need to understand every word. This sentence is very important. Real English is not a test. It is a flow. Understanding the idea is enough. Now learn this idea. Listening is about meaning, not words. Words are tools. Meaning is the goal. Now let us talk about speed. Real English can sound fast, but speed is not always important. Your brain can still catch meaning. Here is a calming sentence. Fast sound does not mean fast thinking. You can think slowly, even when sound is fast. Now let us talk about first listening. When you hear English, do not try to catch everything. Catch one thing. Maybe a topic. Maybe a feeling. Maybe one word. That is enough. Now learn this habit. I listen for the main idea. Main idea means what the speaker is talking about. Now let us talk about tone again. Tone is very helpful. You can feel tone even if words are unclear. Happy tone. Serious tone. Calm tone. Tone gives clues. Now listen carefully. Tone carries meaning. Now let us talk about context. Context means situation. Where are you? Who is speaking? Why are they speaking? Context helps understanding. Here is an important sentence. Context fills missing words. If you miss a word, context helps you guess. Guessing is okay. Now let us talk about guessing. Many learners fear guessing. They think guessing is wrong. It is not. Guessing is natural. Children guess all the time. Now learn this idea. Guessing helps learning. You do not need to be exact. You need to be close. Now let us talk about familiar words. In real English, you will hear words you know. Hold on to them. One known word can guide you. Now listen carefully. One known word can unlock meaning. Do not chase unknown words. Stay with known ones. Now let us talk about letting go. If you miss something, let it go. Do not stop listening. Stopping breaks flow. Here is a calming sentence. I let missed words pass. Language continues. So should you. Now let us talk about breathing. Panic comes with shallow breathing. Slow breathing calms the mind. Before listening, take one slow breath. This prepares your brain. Now learn this habit. I breathe before I listen. Breathing creates calm. Calm creates understanding. Now let us talk about listening length. You do not need long listening sessions. Short listening is enough. 1 minute. 2 minutes. Quality matters. Now listen carefully. Short listening builds confidence. Long listening without understanding creates frustration. Now let us talk about repetition again. Listening improves with repetition. When you hear similar English again, it becomes easier. This is natural. Now learn this truth. Familiar sound reduces panic. The more you hear, the calmer you feel. Now let us talk about accents. English has many accents. This can feel confusing. But accents are not barriers. They are variety. Now listen carefully. Accent is sound style, not meaning. Meaning stays. Sound changes. Now let us talk about background noise. Real English is not always clear. There may be noise. That is okay. Real life is not perfect. Now learn this idea. Perfect listening is not required. Understanding enough is success. Now let us talk about patience again. Listening skill grows slowly. Some days are easier. Some days are harder. That is normal. Here is a sentence to remember. Listening improves over time. Trust the process. Now let us connect listening with confidence. Each calm listening moment builds confidence. Confidence reduces panic next time. Now learn this final idea for today. Calm listening creates calm learning. Now let us prepare for the next segment. You can now listen without panic. You can relax. You can catch meaning. In the next segment, we will learn how to respond simply and naturally. Not long answers. Not fast replies. Just clear responses. For now, pause. Listen to one English sound today. Do not judge. Just notice. That is learning. In the last segment, you learned how to listen to real English without panic. You learned to relax while listening. You learned to focus on meaning, not every word. Now we take the next calm step. Today, we learn how to respond simply and naturally. Responding means answering. It does not mean speaking a lot. Simple responses are powerful. Now listen carefully. You do not need long answers to communicate. This sentence removes pressure. Many learners think they must explain everything. They do not. Short answers are normal. Native speakers use short answers every day. Now learn this idea. Simple responses sound natural. Let us start with yes and no. Yes is a complete response. No is also complete. You can add one small word if you want. Yes, please. No, thank you. This is polite and clear. Now listen to this truth. Politeness does not need many words. Now let us talk about confirmation. Sometimes people ask questions like, "Is this okay? Can you do this?" You can respond simply. Yes. Yes, I can. Yes, that is fine. These are natural. Now learn this habit. I answer only what is asked. Do not add extra information. Extra information can create confusion. Now let us talk about not knowing. Sometimes you do not know the answer. That is okay. You can say, "I don't know. I'm not sure." These are honest responses. Now listen carefully. Honest responses build trust. You do not need to guess everything. Now let us talk about time to think. You do not need to answer immediately. You can pause. Pausing is natural. Here is a useful sentence. Let me think. This gives you time. Time helps clarity. Now let us talk about repeating the question. If you are not sure what someone said, you can ask again. You can say, "Can you repeat?" "Sorry, again." These are polite. Now listen carefully. Asking again is normal. It shows you care. Now let us talk about agreement. When you agree, you can say, "Yes, I agree. That's right. These are enough." You do not need explanation. Now learn this idea. Agreement can be short. Now let us talk about disagreement. Disagreement can be calm. You can say, "I don't think so." "Maybe not." These are soft. Soft language keeps peace. Now listen to this truth. Soft disagreement sounds respectful. Now let us talk about showing interest. You can show interest with small words. Okay, I see. Right. These words show listening. Now learn this habit. Small words keep conversation alive. Now let us talk about feelings again. Sometimes you respond with feelings. You can say, I'm tired. I'm happy. I'm busy. These are simple. Now listen carefully. Feeling responses are real responses. Now let us talk about everyday questions. People may ask, how are you? You do not need a long story. You can say, I'm fine. I'm okay. I'm good. This is normal. Now learn this sentence. Short answers are socially accepted. Now let us talk about requests. When someone asks you to do something, you can respond simply. Yes, sure. Okay. Not now? These are clear. Now listen carefully. Clear responses prevent confusion. Now let us talk about tone. Tone matters in responses. Soft tone feels friendly. Harsh tone feels rude. Slow speech helps tone. Now learn this idea. Slow response sounds polite. Now let us talk about body language again. Nod your head. Smile lightly. These support your words. Now listen carefully. Body language supports simple responses. Now let us talk about mistakes again. You may choose the wrong word. That is okay. People usually understand. Here is a calming sentence. Communication allows mistakes. Now let us talk about practice. You can practice responding alone. Imagine a question. Answer it simply. Are you ready? Yes. Oh, not yet? This is practice. Now learn this habit. I practice simple responses. Now let us connect everything. You listen calmly. You understand the idea. You respond simply. This is real communication. Not perfect. Not long. Just clear. Now listen to this important truth. Simple responses build confidence. Confidence grows when things feel easy. Now let us prepare for the next segment. You can now listen and respond calmly. In the next segment, we will learn how to speak a little more each day. Not too much, not too fast. Just slowly growing. For now, pause. Think of one question. Answer it in one simple sentence. That is learning. In the last segment, you learned how to respond simply and naturally. You learned that short answers are enough. You learned that calm responses build confidence. Now we move to the next gentle step. Today, we learn how to speak a little more each day. Not a lot more. Not suddenly more. Just a little. Many learners think growth must be big. It does not. Small growth is real growth. Now listen carefully. Speaking more does not mean speaking long. This sentence removes pressure. Speaking more can mean one extra sentence. That is enough. Now let us talk about comfort. Comfort is very important. You speak better when you feel safe. So today we stay inside comfort. Now learn this idea. Comfort comes before confidence. Confidence grows from comfort. Now let us talk about adding one sentence. Yesterday, you answered with one sentence. Today, you add one more. For example, I am tired. I am tired today. This is growth. Now learn this habit. I add one small detail. One detail makes language richer. Now let us talk about time again. Time words are easy. You can add today. No. This morning. For example, I am busy today. I am free now. These sentences are still simple. Now listen carefully. Time words expand speech naturally. Now let us talk about reason. You can add a reason with because. Not a long reason. A simple one. For example, I am tired because I worked. I am happy because I rest. These sentences are natural. Now learn this idea. Simple reasons make speech human. Now let us slow down again. You do not need to speak fast. You can pause between sentences. Pause is not failure. Pause is thinking. Now listen to this truth. Pause gives control. Now let us talk about repeating yourself. Repeating is okay. If you say something again, it helps clarity. Native speakers repeat too. Now learn this sentence. Repeating is normal in speech. Now let us talk about daily speaking moments. You do not need special situations. You can speak in small moments. One sentence to a shopkeeper. One sentence to a colleague. One sentence to yourself. All count. Now listen carefully. Small speaking moments build habit. Habit is more important than performance. Now let us talk about mistakes again. When you speak more, mistakes may increase. That is normal. Mistakes mean usage. Usage means practice. Now learn this idea. More use means more learning. Now let us talk about self-talk. Speaking to yourself is powerful. You can speak softly. You can speak silently. For example, I am doing well. I am learning. This builds confidence. Now listen carefully. Self-talk trains the voice. Now let us talk about energy. Some days you feel energetic. Some days you feel low. On low days, speak less. That is okay. Now learn this sentence. Learning adjusts to my energy. Now let us talk about listening again. Listening supports speaking. When you listen more, speaking becomes easier. So keep listening. Now listen to this truth. Listening feeds speaking. Now let us connect everything. You listen calmly. You respond simply. You add one more sentence. You pause. You breathe. This is slow speaking. This is safe speaking. Now let us talk about confidence again. Confidence is quiet. You may not feel it loudly, but it grows inside. Now learn this final idea for today. Quiet confidence grows every day. Now let us prepare for the final segment. You can now speak a little more. That is real progress. In the final segment, we will learn how to make English part of your life. Not a task. Not a subject. A habit. For now, pause. Say one extra sentence today. That is enough. In the last segment, you learned how to speak a little more each day. You learned that small growth is real growth. You learned that quiet confidence grows slowly. Now we reach the final segment. This is not the end of learning. This is the beginning of living with English. Today, we learn how to make English part of your life. Many people think English is something separate. They think English lives in books. They think English lives in classrooms. It does not. English can live inside your daily life. Now listen carefully. English becomes easy when it becomes normal. Normal means part of everyday life. When something is normal, it does not feel heavy. Now let us talk about habits. Habit is something you do without thinking. You already have many habits. You wake up. You eat. You walk. You rest. English can join these habits. Now learn this idea. English works best when it joins existing habits. You do not create new pressure. You add gentle language. Now let us talk about thinking again. You already think every day. You can think one small English sentence. I am okay. I am here. I am learning. This is enough. Now listen carefully. One thought a day keeps English alive. Alive means active. Now let us talk about listening again. You do not need long listening sessions. You can listen while walking. You can listen while resting. Short, calm listening is powerful. Now learn this habit. I listen when my life is calm. Calm listening stays longer. Now let us talk about speaking again. You do not need to speak all the time. You speak when it feels natural. One sentence is enough. Now listen to this truth. Speaking less but regularly builds confidence. Regular means often. Often is better than a lot. Now let us talk about mistakes one last time. Mistakes will stay with you. That is okay. Mistakes are part of living language. Now learn this sentence. Mistakes mean I am using English. Using is success, not perfection. Now let us talk about forgetting again. You will forget words. You will forget sentences. This is normal. Now listen carefully. Forgetting is not losing. You remember again later. Each time memory becomes stronger. Now let us talk about comparison again. Do not compare your English with others. Others have different lives, different experiences. Now learn this important idea. My English matches my life. That is enough. Now let us talk about confidence again. Confidence is quiet. It does not announce itself. You may not feel confident suddenly, but one day you notice something. You understand more. You speak with less fear. This is confidence. Now listen carefully. Confidence appears quietly. Now let us talk about patience again. Learning English is long-term. There is no finish line. Now learn this sentence. I am learning English for life. This removes pressure. Lifelong learning feels calm. Now let us talk about enjoyment. If learning feels heavy, slow down. If learning feels boring, change the moment. Enjoyment keeps learning alive. Now listen carefully. Enjoyment protects motivation. Motivation means desire to continue. Now let us look back gently. You learned how to use English in quiet moments. You learned how to use English in daily actions. You learned how to talk about feelings. You learned how to manage common situations. You learned how to listen without panic. You learned how to respond simply. You learned how to speak a little more each day. This is a complete path. You did not rush. That is why it works. Now let us look forward. From today, English does not feel like a subject. It feels like a companion. It walks with you. It rests with you. It grows with you. Now listen to this final sentence. English is part of my life, and I am calm with it. Pause here. Breathe. Let that sentence stay in your mind. You do not need to do more today. You already learned. You already grew. This journey continues quietly. And that is the best kind of learning.